नमस्कार, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका वन इंडिया के इस खास शो 24 की चौपाल में। हम आपके साथ एक बार फिर से जुड़े हैं। मसला है दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल के गिरफ्तारी का। जी हाँ, हमारे साथ खास मेहमान जुड़ रहे हैं। इस वक्त हमारे साथ सेवियर रॉड्रिगेज साहब है, जो कि बीजेपी की तरफ से हैं। ओम कोटवाल, जो प्रवक्ता है आम आदमी पार्टी के, और पॉलिटिकल एनालिस्ट सैयद असद अब्बास साहब भी हमारे साथ हैं। बहुत बहुत स्वागत आप तीनों का हमारे इस खास शो में। सबसे पहले हम ओम कोटवाल साहब के पास जाना चाहेंगे। 10 समन दे दिए गए कोटवाल साहब, लेकिन उसके बावजूद पेश नहीं हुए, कोर्ट का रुख किया, राहत नहीं मिली। और कल रात जो ईडी को करना था शायद उसने कर दिया, लेकिन कोर्ट ने भी यह सवाल उठाया कि क्यों पेश नहीं हुए अभी तक।
देखिए, कभी भी मैं प्रवक्ता तो हूं ही आम आदमी पार्टी का, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ मैं वकील भी हूं, तो मैं काफी ऑब्जेक्टिवली आपको ये बात बता सकता हूं कि जब कोर्ट के अंदर हियरिंग होती है तो इन द फर्स्ट इंस्टेंस हियरिंग पे जज ये क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं। इट इज नथिंग लाइक दैट कि ये क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछते। अगर जज को ऐसा लगता तो हाईकोर्ट ने ये मैटर डिसमिस कर दिया। हाईकोर्ट ने ये मैटर डिसमिस नहीं किए, और ये एक नैरेटिव जा रहा है कि हाईकोर्ट ने स्टे नहीं दिया। ये एक नैरेटिव है। आप पिटिशन देखिए तो पिटिशन के अंदर प्रेयर्स होती हैं, और प्रेयर्स के अंदर एक प्रेयर होती है कि इंटरिम प्रेयर दीजिए। अब इंटरिम प्रेयर तभी अगर प्रेस की होती तो इंटरिम प्रेयर रिजेक्ट होती। आप समझिए, थोड़ा टेक्निकलिटी ऑफ लॉ की बात है। जैसे जो प्रोफेसर साईं बाबा की पिटिशन थी, उसके अंदर साईं बाबा की पिटिशन के अंदर राजू साहब अपियर हुए थे और उन्होंने पिटिशन जाहिर की थी उनके एक्विटल के अगेंस्ट। तो उसके अंदर सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज साहब ने वो पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट उठाया, कहा कि राजू साहब ने ये प्रेस नहीं किया है, फिर भी हम इनकी इंटरिम प्रेयर रिजेक्ट करते हैं। हमारी इंटरिम प्रेयर रिजेक्ट नहीं की थी, प्रोटेक्शन ग्रांट नहीं किया था, ऐसा नहीं था। नोटिस इशू की गई थी, और नोटिस का रिप्लाई और उसके बाद हमारा रिजॉइंडर, इतना पूरा टाइम ड्यूरेशन डिसाइड किया गया था।
नहीं तो आपका कहना है कि क्या फिर ईडी ने जो कार्रवाई की वो कार्रवाई इलीगल है?
ईडी ने जो कार्रवाई की वो कार्रवाई की अभी उसको टेस्ट किया जाएगा। कोई भी एक इंसान होता है, इज इनोसेंट अंटिल प्रूवन गिल्टी। एंड हम लोग को संविधान पे पूरा पूरा विश्वास है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट पे पूरा विश्वास है। प्रोसीजर आप देखिए, ईडी जो लॉ है वो लॉ इन इटसेल्फ ऐसा है कि जिसके अंदर एक्विटल्स आप देखिए कितने सारे होंगे, कन्विक्शन हैंडफुल है, जिसके अंदर 95% अपोजिशन के लीडर को डाला जाता है। आप बताइए, प्रोसीड्स ऑफ क्राइम में ना मनीष सिसोदिया के पास कुछ मिला है, ना प्रोसीड्स ऑफ क्राइम के पास सत्येंद्र जैन के पास कुछ मिला है। ये तो हवाई हवाई बातें चल रही है। स्टैट्यूट इस प्रकार का टागा फूका बनाया हुआ है, तो उसका क्या कर सकते हैं?
सावियो से सुनते हैं। बिल्कुल, आपने अपना पॉइंट स्पष्ट कर दिया। सावियो, quite a few things that Om has pointed at. Guilty until proven innocent, is that the case what ED handles and not the other way around, which has to be the norm of the day? And secondly, is the process becoming the punishment? And that's why BJP uses Brahmastra. Savio.
Well, the most important thing that we need to understand, Pankaj, is that Arvind Kejriwal is the kingpin of the Delhi liquor scam. And this is not something that I'm saying. This is something that the ED has commented itself.
Now, that is the allegation. That is an allegation.
Allegation, yes.
Till the person is proven guilty, he is innocent.
I did not
so by saying that he is the kingpin,
I did not interrupt you.
टेक्निकल समस्या ये है, कोटवाल साहब, समस्या ये है कि जनता, ये जो आप टेक्निकलिटी समझा रहे हैं, जनता उसमें नहीं जाती।
बिल्कुल
क्या
देखिए,
है,
आप
लोगों के सामने क्या दिख रहा है उस पर बात होती है।
एब्सोल्युटली
जाहिर तौर पर
दिल्ली की जनता,
हमें एक चीज ध्यान में रखना है,
सभी साहब को सुनने, सभी साहब को सुनने आपके पास वापस आएंगे।
जो ईडी था, ईडी ने अरविंद केजरीवाल को समन किया था। अगर एक आम आदमी को समन करते थे तो आम आदमी जाते थे वहां पे, अपना बयान देते थे, राइट? तो अरविंद केजरीवाल ने ये सब किया क्यों नहीं? क्योंकि उसको ड्रामा करना है, नौटंकी करना है। ईडी ने सही बोला है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल किंगपिन है। और सबसे हैरत अंगेज चीज जो है, द मोस्ट शॉकिंग एस्पेक्ट is that the ED has revealed to certain sections of the media that AAP candidates from Goa have told the ED during their investigations that they received cash to contest the elections. That has come out by ED as well. More importantly, the fact that there are kickbacks to the tune of 100 crore, which were used in the elections in Goa. Now, whether you call it witch hunt or you don't call it whatever you want, at the end of the day, the case has been going on for the last 2 years and more. ED will not act unless it has reasons to act. Now, the ones that were under investigations before have revealed and pointed to Arvind Kejriwal.
जी
right?
आपके पास आएंगे कोटवाल साहब, लेकिन ये समय जो है सैवियो साहब, ये समय टाइम से इतने समय से चल रहा था, लेकिन समय जो है चुना गया ठीक चुनाव से पहले का। आपके पास साहब हमारे साथ है, ये पॉलिटिकल फॉलोआउट के तौर पर कैसे आप इसको सही साहब देख रहे हैं?
जी बिल्कुल, first and foremost, is the question for me?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Firstly, I have not interrupted my dear panelist, Om Kotwal or Savio Sab. I'm sure they will extend the same courtesy to me. Pankaj Sab, I've always believed with great power, there's great responsibility and equal accountability, be it for Aam Aadmi Party, Congress Party, or the Bharatiya Janata Party. What we see in this case is quite clear. The fact is the Bharatiya Janata Party today is rattled by the presence of Arvind Kejriwal and India's fastest political startup, which is the Aam Aadmi Party. Yes, my friend Savio and many other friends of the BJP has raised question, why hasn't he appeared after 9 summons by the ED? He had to appear after they arrested him. The fact is we need to understand that Arvind Kejriwal is in 2 states, Punjab and Delhi, and running 2 states, governing, being a national convener is not an easy job, as an easy job for me or otherwise. Also, as a matter of fact, I sense a political vendetta here. Why the vendetta, you might ask me? We look at the facts and figures today, be it Enforcement Directorate, what do we see? Why are the opposition leaders on the hinge? What about Himant Biswa Sarma? Dohre maapdand kyun? Why don't we see the same Enforcement Directorate against Ajit Pawar faction, which was called Naturally Nationally Corrupt Party by our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, but the same Ajit Pawar faction joins them in Maharashtra. Not just that, even many leaders of the Eknath Shinde camp. Not just that, Suvendu Adhikari. My clear question is, please go ahead with what you want to do with Aam Aadmi Party or Arvind Kejriwal. But dohre maapdand kyun? That's the simple plain question that I ask.
Said, obviously, as we are inching towards elections, trust me, I mean, for once we can definitely let this concept go out of the connotation here that yes, there have been times, there have been governments in the past also which have been seen as using to their advantage these central agencies. अब हमें यहाँ समझने की जरूरत, और मुझे लगता है कि the voters are also so discerning, वो समझ गए हैं कि कहीं ना कहीं इसमें political move जरूर है. But मेरा सवाल ये होता है, yes, the case has been going on for 2.5 years since that excise policy came into picture. The question is, अगर सब कुछ ही पाक साफ था, if there was no smoke, if there was no fire, then how come this smoke came out? और अगर अरविंद केजरीवाल को या आम आदमी पार्टी को इसे लीगली भी लड़ना था, तो they could have put up their defense. As of now, asking the Supreme Court for urgent hearing, it gets denied. Then Arvind Kejriwal in the morning withdraws his plea. The question here is, and what the voters would see, as Yogesh was also mentioning, कि ये दो और दो मिलके कुछ और हो जा रहे हैं, खास करके चुनावी मौके पर. तो ओम कोटवाल साहब, मेरा सवाल आपसे यही होगा कि इस ऑनस्लॉट को अगर हम कहें, जो कि एक लीगल पैरेलल्स में भी देखा जा रहा है, हमारे फॉर्मर लॉ मिनिस्टर ने भी कहा, बीजेपी से आते हैं, उन्होंने कहा कि लॉ इज टेकिंग इट्स ओन कोर्स. ट्रस्ट मी, दिस इज इनफ to go by the book and to, as far as the public sentiment is concerned, उसको कैसे हैंडल करेंगे ये जो अभी जो इलेक्शंस आ रहा है इस दौरान में?
देखिए, ये I think I concur with Syed Saab and you both on this aspect, because firstly, as you rightly said, that it would be difficult for us to communicate it to our voters that this is what is happening and see the precise timing, as the learned friend sitting right next to you pointed out, that the timings are of elections. During election time, and it's just not election time, it is also the 21st of March where the details of electoral bonds were to be revealed. Now let us ask ourselves one very, very, very pertinent question. What is this Aurobindo Pharma company? Who is this Mr. Reddy, who was taken as an accused in the liquor scam and after which he was released in like 6 months, and then he is a witness against us in the liquor scam. And this person, what has this person to do in those 2 days when he was released? What has this person to do when he deposited 100 crores, including him and his father, of electoral bonds? And where did these go? These electoral bonds directly went to BJP. This is quid pro quo. Our framers of the constitution have framed constitution since a very long time, and they've fathomed all of these things. They have fathomed all of these things, but this is going to take time. This is going to take time. We are facing a fascist regime. Fascist regime using capital combined with the middle class, and is garbing the entire narrative of religion. काम करेंगे सीता के पति का, नाम लेंगे सीता के पति का. This is, I believe, this is one way of getting है.
जी, जो शुरुआत हमने की थी कि 9 समन आ गए, 10 समन आ गए, नहीं तब तक हुआ. इलेक्शन की टाइमिंग की बात हमने भी कही कि लेकिन अगर पहले या दूसरे समन पे ही अरविंद केजरीवाल अपीयर हो जाते और अपने आप को डिफेंड करते वहां पर, तो शायद ये नौबत नहीं आती. शायद या आप लोग भी विक्टिम कार्ड खेलना चाह रहे थे कि ऐसा हो जाए.
आप समझिए, बिल्कुल आती. I'll tell you, बिल्कुल आती. Because according to the basic principles of criminal law, and there are Supreme Court judgments to this effect, कि even court, एक हाई कोर्ट, आई बिलीव एक केरला हाई कोर्ट का जजमेंट है, जहां पे कोर्ट ने जाके बोल दिया आप इन्हें अरेस्ट कीजिए. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला that even the high court has no business to issue directions of arresting. It is the investigating authority जो अरेस्ट करने को बोलेगी. तो अगर पहले समन्स पे गए, दूसरे समन्स पे गए, शायद वो अरेस्ट ना करे, वो आखिरी समन्स पे ये टाइम पे ही अरेस्ट करने आने वाली. And secondly, there are forms in the under the PMLA, right? And one such form says that show cause notice. अगर मैं आपको बुला रहा हूँ मेरे पास, मैं एक इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग अथॉरिटी हूँ, मैं आपको बुला रहा हूँ मेरे पास, तो मैं रीजंस दूंगा मैं आपको क्यों बुला रहा हूँ. फॉर्म है. That is the policy, that is the rule of the government itself, by the executive itself. वो खुद ही का रूल नहीं फॉलो कर रहे हैं. जब हमें समन्स आते थे, रीजंस में ब्लैंक आ रहा है.
So we have too many loopholes, too many, from electoral bonds to the lapses in the form, the reasoning, how timing, the timing, a lot of things coming together.
पहले हेमंत सोरेन, ये भी बात उठ रही है. पहले हेमंत सोरेन,
the emperor has dropped his clothes. The emperor is standing naked.
अभी अगर देखा जाए तो
exactly what is happening right now.
जो least risk पर है वो बीजेपी ही है. It's the BJP which is at the least risk. So even if we have to take it with a pinch of salt, when we say
and sir, trust me,
Pankaj, may I?
We anticipated this.
Let's just
one line. We have always anticipated this. We are students of Bhagat Singh and Gramsci. Please ask Mr. Savio and my friends from BJP to read Gramsci. We are students of Gramsci. We are students of Bhagat Singh. We knew this was going to come up.
Let's hear it now. Thank you. Let's hear it. Savio, please.
I'm a student of the Bible, and I believe whatever happens with a purpose, right? So let me now answer my good friend Om and Syed Abbas.
If you are a student of Bible, Jesus
now
was the biggest revolutionary that could have.
I
did not
interrupt. Of course. I'm sorry. Yes.
I did not interrupt you, so allow me to finish. Have the patience.
We dare not do that.
That's fine. Right?
We dare not do that.
Now let's assume for a moment the crime was not Arvind Kejriwal and the crime was any other political leader, and the crime had nothing to do with PMLA, but it had to do with another crime. Are you saying the timing at that point of time is important? That you arrest somebody, or the investigations that allow for reasonable doubt to call a person for questioning? Isn't that the basic principle of investigation and law? Why are you interjecting me? Why are you interjecting me? Why are you not allowing me to complete?
Please,
why are you asking the question? I answered it, sir.
Savio did
no, I'm not asking you the question. I don't understand. Why are you interjecting?
You did ask me a question.
You don't like the king? You don't like Arvind Kejriwal being the kingpin? You don't want to be called corrupt? You are a disgrace.
You
are a disgrace. The Aam Aadmi Party is a disgrace to the anti-corruption movement.
Now, this is classic example.
You are a disgrace to the anti-corruption movement.
Classic. Please.
Mr.
No, that is
Kotwal,
classic you.
Again,
It is classic you, my friend.
Absolutely, it is
When
classic.
we were having
There is
a
Avnish
discussion,
Kumar.
that is
we'll come to you,
classic Aam
Mr.
Aadmi Party
Kotwal.
to cry wolf, but they are actually
Oh, sir.
wolf in
Sir, we will
clothing.
try, sir.
Aam
We
Aadmi
have
Party
not learned
is
from crime. Crime is the job of Savarkarites. Crime is the job of Savarkarites, sir.
Wolf in
We
sheep
are
clothing.
student of Bhagat Singh,
Anarchist to
sir.
the
We
nature.
won't cry.
Nautanki to the
Kotwal
nature.
sahab, please
They will
request both
never
of
ever
you,
follow the law.
please.
Oh, God
They will
forgive you
never
for
follow
you
the
do not
law.
know
Kotwal
what
They
you
are
sahab,
are
please.
doing,
wolf in
sir.
Let him
sheep
finish.
clothing.
Let him
They
finish.
are anarchists.
Let's not reduce the value of this discussion. Trust me, all of us need to know and hear all aspects. Let Mr. Savio finish. He has been very courteous.
He asked
very
me a question. I replied to
you,
it.
I never asked you the
You
question.
can note them down. Savio, please
So
continue.
the
Savio.
point is, if there was another crime that was committed by anybody within the political spectrum, and investigations gave you reasonable doubts to doubt a person's role in that crime, do you think politics at that point of time is necessary, or the need for the ED to work at that point of time? In this case, if you see the timing, it was after K. Kavita was arrested and after K. Kavita spoke to the ED. That is when ED had reasonable doubt to then go after Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal is not a small politician. The Enforcement Directorate knows that touching on Arvind Kejriwal will have a repercussion on the people, including the ED. So why would they do that? Unless they have enough evidence to have arrived at reasonable doubt to prosecute or investigate him further.
It's a very important point that Savio is raising. The arrival and the bringing up of K. Kavita to the national capital, that expedited matters. Syed Abbas ji, how do you see it? Because see, once again, I would say there is no smoke without fire. And this South lobby has been finding mention. And Kotwal sahab, right after Abbas ji, we will come to you. Syed Abbas.
Pankaj Saab and Yogeshwar Saab, even previously you made a very important point as to how many a times, opposition parties have claimed. It was same Bharatiya Janata Party, the party with a difference back in the UPA days, said that CBI, ED, IT have become caged parrots as per the observation of the Supreme Court. They are using government machineries.
No.
And now
it
what
was
is
said
happening?
by the court.
Now what is, yes, it was, of course, the Supreme Court's observation, which was later also said by the BJP. Now what is happening?
Yes.
The party with a difference, which is Bharatiya Janata Party, is doing the same thing. CBI, ED, IT today have become not just caged parrots, but pythons and anacondas. किसके लिए? डसने के लिए opposition parties को. Not just that. Look at the democracy. Look at the scene we have come from. Bank accounts frozen, of which second largest party of India, the Congress Party, and now with Hemant Soren and the other parties. अगर भाजपा को 400 पार करना है, well, go ahead, contest, beat the opposition on ground. Not basically on the level of using your CBI, IT for them. Now, the second part of your question, sir. Pankaj Sahab, you rightfully raised that there is no smoke without fire. But Pankaj ji or Yogeshwar Sahab, Rajniti ऐसी जगह है जहाँ पे smoke without fire हो जाता है. I've been a contestant myself, sir. I've been a contestant myself, sir. 2018 elections, where here in Karnataka state, I was the youngest MLA candidate, and I can tell you the way the political games come through. Also, now a very important fact. We spoke of the Southern lobby, right? The liquor gate scam by the Aam Aadmi Party. The Southern lobby, there is one star of the Southern lobby, Sarath Reddy of the Aurobindo Pharma. Respected sir, this guy was taken over by ED, or based upon his questioning, K. Kavita was taken in. Now, subsequently, Arvind Kejriwal ji. The same man has made electoral bonds, starting from 5 crore to 30 crore and handed it over. It's all in the public domain to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now tell me, this superstar of the Southern lobby, Sarath Reddy, who's a part of this ED scam of Liquorgate, giving 30 crore to BJP, is this extortion money? Or doesn't it make the Bharatiya Janata Party complicit of the proceeds of the Liquorgate scam?
Right.
Why doesn't the Supreme Court take monitoring of this issue and take it forward? A simple question of mine. If my friend from the BJP could answer, I would be really happy about it.
सभी साहब आप ही के पास पहले आ जाते हैं. ये जाहिर तौर पर सवाल है, जिस तरह से चुनाव आयोग ने कल ही ये पूरी लिस्ट जारी की और उसमें साफ तौर पर खुलासा है, नंबर्स जारी किए, उसमें साफ तौर पर खुलासा है कि 34.5 या 35 करोड़ के आसपास की फंडिंग जो है वो आपकी पार्टी को उस शख्स से गई है जो अप्रूवर हो गया. अब आप बताइए शक कैसे नहीं हो कि ये जानबूझकर पूरी चीज को प्लांट किया गया है?
You know, it is not wrong to have a doubt. Okay, let's be honest about that. It's not wrong to have a doubt, but doubts are not the reasonable way forward as far as investigations are concerned, right? So right now you had this gentleman, Mr. Reddy, who pointed it out of Kavita's involvement, and after Kavita's involvement, the investigation has come to Arvind Kejriwal. Now, where did this drama go completely wrong?
Sorry to interrupt you, सैफी साहब. डाउट का मतलब ये नहीं है कि यहां पर तो तार सीधे जुड़ते हुए दिख रहे हैं कि अप्रूवर हो जाता है आदमी, पहले कुछ पैसे देता है, फिर वो अप्रूवर हो जाता है, और अप्रूवर होने के बाद वो फिर बॉन्ड्स खरीदता है और उसका मैक्सिमम हिस्सा जो है भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास जाता है. अब उस आदमी पर किया जाए तो के कविता का नाम लेता है और वो सच बोल रहा है.
योगेश्वर, आप जो बोल रहा है और जो सैयद भी बोल रहा है, मुझे पता है कि हकीकत है, और वो हकीकत सुप्रीम कोर्ट को पता है, और सुप्रीम कोर्ट उस पे इन्वेस्टिगेट उनका जो केस चालू है उनके बारे में वो खुद नोटिस करेंगे. बट हाउ डज दैट चेंज द वेरासिटी ऑफ द इन्वेस्टिगेशंस गोइंग ऑन as far as Arvind Kejriwal is concerned? Has anybody come out and actually said that, okay, comply with these investigations, we're going to put you in jail right now? Why did that happen? That happened primarily because he was issued summons after summons after summons. He went to the Delhi High Court to avoid the arrest by ED. But the Delhi High Court told the ED at that point of time, why haven't you arrested him till now? Please understand, you have Manish Sisodia who's in police custody for the last several months. Why would Manish Sisodia be, if there was not enough reasonable doubt for the courts? Forget the ED, because they are saying that the ED is controlled, right? Why have the courts not given him a relief? Unless they have that much of evidence.
सर जिस तरह से सैफी साहब, जिस तरह से चीजों को किया जाता है हमारे लीगल सिस्टम में, चीजें चलती है ना, शर्जिल इमाम और उसके अलावा उमर खालिद 2-2 साल से ऊपर का वक्त हो गया है, और क्या किया उन्होंने, जो उनकी सुनवाई तक नहीं होती है, डेट पर डेट मिल जाती है. कोतवाल साहब
कॉमन सिटीजन को भी होता है ना योगेश्वर, कॉमन सिटीजन को भी होता है. अरविंद केजरीवाल को कुछ नया
नहीं, इतना आसान नहीं
को भी होता है.
देखिए इतना आसान नहीं है. कॉमन सिटीजन पे ईडी इन्वोक नहीं होती है. अगर कॉमन सिटीजन अगर कहें, मतलब पॉलिटिकली पावरफुल सिटीजन नहीं है
ये. Why could he not address the summons?
I will tell you.
Why could he not address the summons?
I will tell you.
He had the opportunity. He had the opportunity to be a part of
Please tell me when you are ready.
We'll come back to you, sir.
What makes Arvind Kejriwal different from a common citizenry? One, the
he's Aam Aadmi. He's Aam Aadmi. You are making a difference.
You are okay. All right.
I stop you saying that.
तो उनके पार्टी का नाम भी आम आदमी पार्टी रखा है, पार्टी का नाम भी आम आदमी पार्टी रखा है. ठीक है, वो छोड़ दीजिए, वो वेबनार में चलते थे, वेबनार में कैसे चलते हैं वो छोड़ दीजिए बात. That is
please. I would need uninterrupted 1 minute. Please. But please. I did not want to say this, but now I will. If Mr. Xavier was physically present with me here, I would have hugged him dearly and made him my best friend. Because he is one very genuine person who had to speak his heart out and commit an anti-party activity. He said that Arvind Kejriwal is not a small politician. And
how is that
Mr. Amit Shah in the parliament said,
how is that an anti-party activity?
Party.
How is that an anti-party?
He himself
calls himself as the leader of the masses.
Means, and it is going to be detrimental for him, which is good. I believe in Jesus.
Don't worry about my detrimental.
And Xavier is walking on the same path.
Don't worry about my detrimental.
Now, let me answer the question.
We come to Mr. Abbas.
What makes Arvind Kejriwal special is the ED. ED makes him special. Because ED is the investigating authority that is issuing summons and not following its own procedures. One. Now, what makes Arvind Kejriwal special is the hand behind ED, that is BJP. Despite several heavy stormings of the Supreme Court itself, the ED was being put with an acting director time and time again. We saw it happening with our own eyes. And you know where are these directors appointed thereafter? Now, let me just read this for you. Sharad Reddy was arrested by the ED on 11th November 2022. As we have reported previously, for 4 years, PV Narasimha Prasad and Sharad Reddy gave 5 crores after getting out. May 2023, Reddy's bail plea came for hearing. After 1 year, May 2023, Reddy's bail plea came for hearing. On June 2, 2023, Aurobindo Pharma, which had great shares of Sharad Reddy involved in it, donated 25 crores to BJP on bonds which were received on November 8, 2023, sir. Look at the precise timing.
Well, my friend, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
The points you're bringing
are
you admitting to the quid pro quo? Now, let me tell you,
no, I'm
there
not.
is no matter pending.
I'm not admitting to anything. What I'm trying to tell you,
in the Supreme Court, it took us 4 years. Sir, it took us 4 years to say that the electoral bond scheme was unconstitutional. It took us so much of time.
has been waiting for a long time. Gentlemen, let's hear Mr. Abbas also. Mr. Abbas, please, you wanted to make a point for a very long time. Please go ahead.
All right. I heard both Om Kotwal Saab, Savio Saab, both the gentlemen. The precise point I'd like to derive is no doubt about it. Mr. Sanjay Singh, Satyendra Jain, Manish Sisodia ji are in jail. There is no two ways about it. But the fact we need to understand, they are only alleged of the crime. There is no conviction by the High Court or the Supreme Court. Very important point the lawyers would derive. Also, as a matter of fact, we need to also understand here, this issue that has raked up recently with respect to Sharad Reddy is to be determined by the ED and the other courts, the CBI too. There needs to be a complete Supreme Court monitored investigation on the same front. Because if this is found to be true and those electoral bonds of the Aurobindo Pharma, where there is a criminal, are found to be encashed by the Bharatiya Janata Party, then it makes Bharatiya Janata Party complicit of the crime and the proceeds of the liquor gate scam. So therefore, if they pin the blame to the Aam Aadmi Party, BJP is also a part of this. And my friend Savio, we might differ, but we are dear friends. And no, you've not committed any anti-party activity here.
Okay.
May I, Yogeshwar, just one point. Yogeshwar, एक point मुझे कहना है. एक point मुझे कहना है कि अंत में जो सैयद ने बोला है और ओम बोला है, ओम फार्मा के बारे में, ओके? अंत में जैसे हम सबको आम आदमी, 1 second, Aurobindo Pharma. Yeah. Go ahead.
Right.
Just like every common man has the potential and the rights to go to court when they think something is not correct, in much the same way, the Aam Aadmi Party or any other opposition leader, if they feel something is wrong in what they term as quid pro quo, the courts are available to them to challenge that. Why are we only hearing noise? And that's precisely the problem I have. The problem is that ये लोग नौटंकी ज्यादा करते हैं, काम कम करते हैं.
ठीक सैवियो साहब, एक सवाल यहीं से उठता है सैवियो साहब, कोर्ट जाना चाहिए, कोर्ट के ऊपर विश्वास हो, पूरा प्रोसीजर फॉलो कर दिया जाए, लेकिन वो एक हिंदी में कहा जाता है ना कि गंगा में तब तक तो नदी में पानी बहुत बह के आ जाता है. अगर बाद में कोर्ट इस पे आकर सवाल भी उठाता है केजरीवाल की अरेस्ट पर, या क्विड प्रो क्वो हुआ कि नहीं हुआ, या किसने किसको चंदा दिया, तब तक तो आपने खेल कर दिया.
प्रोसेस बिकम्स द पनिशमेंट, ये कहना चाह रहे हैं.
और इलेक्शन तब तक निकल गए.
All I want to say is, what is for the goose is for the gander. There has to be equality. Then Savio Saab says,
Om, because he's answered me, I'll answer back. 1 चीज पे आप ध्यान देना है. Yes, the courts in this country take time, and Om is a lawyer himself, and Syed is a knowledgeable guy to know that. But what does that do to the process of investigation? Are you saying when the CBI,
Yes.
when Amit Shah, when Narendra Modi were under investigations, they did not cooperate with the investigative authorities? The process of a politician is to cooperate with the investigative authorities. Of course, court is going to take time. Of course, guilty or not guilty happens in the court, right?
That will be done.
Fine, thank you.
Final words. We are running out of time now.
Yes, final words. Neither Mr. Amit Shah nor Mr. Modi were put under ED because such great amendments of ED were not there at that point in time. These amendments were bought by BJP, right? And that to an extent, BJP is not following the procedural part involved in it. One. Secondly, when Mr. Savio says that investigating authority can have reasonable doubt, that is one principle of law. The other principle of law is the person is innocent until proven guilty. And if there is a reasonable doubt, he is to be let off.
Right.
But in order
let the courts take.
Now, third point that हम लोग आवाज ज़्यादा करते हैं, काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, उसके लिए it is now on 21st March. For the first time, when our leader was arrested, it was for the first time at very same day, the truth of electoral bonds came. Truth about Reddy came.
Fine. Abbas Saab, please. Thank you so much. Abbas Saab, आप final word, then we conclude because
definitely, Pankaj Saab. Of course, it's been a great debate with my knowledgeable friends here. Couple of points I'd like to derive in the next 30 seconds are quite simple. The fact is, I do not think the Aam Aadmi Party does nautanki or drama. I've always believed it's not just Dil Walon ki Dilli, but Dimag Walon ki Dilli too, which voted them 3 times into power. The might and height of BJP could not defeat them in 3 consecutive terms. Also, as a matter of fact, when it comes to this, my friend Om made a very good point. You know, Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud said, the sauce for the goose is the sauce for the gander. It's all equal both. I think as different parties, we might support Aam Aadmi Party, Congress Party or the BJP. Let's have full faith in the Delhi High Court and the wisdom of the Supreme Court, and justice shall prevail. And I hand it over to the best wisdom of Pankaj and Yogeshwar sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much, Savio. Om,
pleasure, sir.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
As we go to the elections, BJP obviously riding high on its achievements and on its performance. Obviously, the onus becomes also on the opposition parties as of now. That's how the electorate would at least see it. But nonetheless, all the very best to you and your party members. Thank you so much for joining One India.
Thank you.